What is going on, my future meta millionaires? It is your boy Terry Stonkers, and welcome to the channel, baby, by the dip. All right, guys, and today we're going to talk about our meta materials and our MMTLP because there's a lot of craziness going on. So buckle up. Hope you're all ready for today's video. If you are, smash thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. It helps out the algorithm. So, baby, let's go. And before we get into talking about it, I just want to say what a crazy stock market we are in. So the market has been driven on fear and the uncertainty and just what's going to happen next. So the markets have been tanking since like November. And here we got the all-out war between Russia and Ukraine, and the market rallies. What the hell is going on in our stock market? It is crazy. The stock market and the pre-market just dipped everything hard. Everything was tanking. And then it just kind of leveled off throughout the day. And then the afternoon, everyone was buying the freaking dip. So it's just a crazy market. Now, I just want to keep in mind, we had that rally today, this afternoon. But it's Friday. All the traders like to sell out of stocks on Friday, especially with this war, the uncertainty going on. And, any possible rate hikes. And we haven't even talked about rate hikes. It's all about the war right now. So there's just so much uncertainty. Just like I said, you got to be careful on these daily and weekly price actions. You just got to think long term. Like I said, great opportunity to buy and hold and get your long-term capital gains because this market's going to be up and down like a freaking roller coaster. So let's get in here now and talk about some metamaterials information. And the first thing I want to touch base on, we currently got Nanotech down here in DC at my hometown. Now, like I said, unfortunately, I asked to go to this event and they replied back saying there really wasn't a booth. And you can kind of see here from the pictures, which we will go into. It says live from the banknote conference at Currency Research. Registered attendees in the banknote industry professionals experience a demo of Nanotech's new nanostructure features based the color optic stripe. Now, I did hear from people that this is like a $2,500 ticket to get into, so I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. even if I was invited and had to buy the ticket, I could not pay $2,500 for a ticket to go to this event. As you can see, everyone's in their suits right there. See a little bit out of my price range, but they said there wasn't no event. Maybe they would have gave me a pass to get in there. But they just had a small booth. You can see George here. The booth looks busy, which is exactly what we want to see. People is there checking out the what Nanotech has, and hopefully this is like banking places, banking industry people wanting to check it out. Here you can see right there, people in there checking it out. And here it is, George giving a speech. They got all the displays out there. I would personally like to get some kind of display of the currency and the stripe, just because I have all that years in financing. I would like to have a piece of that. I would put it on display back here somewhere of the Nanotech. So maybe I could see if George could send me one of those, something from Nanotech. It'd be pretty sweet. Also, and the last picture here is more people lined up. And looks like they had a great success, man. People lined up there checking it out. George speaking with people and things like that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's going. Wanted to also point out here, metamaterial news, man. Posted some great stuff here as of late, so let's get into some of their posts. And apparently earlier, WTI crude passed $100 a barrel, and Brent crude surpassed $105 per barrel. Both were up 8%, and a level not seen since 2014 after Russia launched a full-scale military invasion on Ukraine today. And here is a couple key points about the dividend. Now, we know the big earnings is coming up Tuesday. Man, this Tuesday is going to be huge. I'm hoping we get some dividend information in the press release here. That would be phenomenal. As we know, we went over the questions through Robinhood, and people's asking when divvy. People's also asking what's the benefits of people that held through the Torchlight merger compared to people buying MMTLP. That's another fantastic question. Is people that held through the Torch merger, if they could verify that, I'm not really sure. Are they going to get a different dividend compared to people just straight out buying MMTLP? So that is very interesting. I'll be curious to see if they can answer that question, or is it just all the same? If you got your Torchlight converted to MMTLP, I don't know how they would really be able to track that, because I was buying MMAT1 options, and when I actually exercised those options and Fidelity converted my actually it was Torchlight Energy preferred shares. And once that whole merger took place and MMTLP was created, those turned into MMTLP. At first, I had Torchlight Energy preferred shares, and then below that, I had MMTLP. I had two separate entries, and now they merged all together. So there is really, in my opinion, no way to know who had what, because George said they were all listed in street name. So street name means they're not attached to any individual name. So I don't think, honestly, in my opinion, that there's going to be a difference, but maybe there would be. I'd be interested to find that out. So here we go. Things to know about the MMTLP dividend. Meta announced they're expecting to release info in March, which we know is March 1st. Multiple drilling of wells are completed. Torchlight has 134,000 acres of land of oil. Oil prices are the highest since 2014, and no insiders have sold MMTLP, which is phenomenal. Let me go back here. All right, and I got that there. So if you're not following me, guys, on Twitter, go follow me at TerryZ247. We're getting close to 2,000 followers. I'm 84 away. And here we are on oilprice.com. And we're going to take a look at the energy prices as of right now, the oil prices. And as you see, WTI crude is at $94.76. And Brent crude is at $101.24. So oil is crazy right now. Like I said, if our assets are already sold, this really doesn't matter. But if they are not sold, this can really help our land because of the rising oil prices. And I don't see it coming down anytime soon. Now we're just going to go over the price action and the volume. So if we look here at MetaMaterials, ticker symbol MMAT, it had a great run during the regular hours. Ran over 12%, went up to $1.77. After hours, it did give a little bit of that back 5%, back down to 168. But still, up about 7% on this crazy day. Like I said, it's weird that a war makes our markets go green. Anything can happen in this crazy market, guys. But our volume, we had 7.3 million in volume today, and our average volume is 6.5 million. So we had about 800 more shares traded than normal. So that is really nice. And we still got that 1 year target estimate of $6.55. I think once the market recovers and gets back to normal, do I think we're back to normal now? I don't believe so, because I believe there's going to be a lot of these fake out breakout deals. And like I said, the earnings is going to be huge, man. We've seen companies go up 20% or companies drop 50% on earnings. I believe for us, the guidance is going to be huge for MetaMaterials. Guidance is what I'm going to be looking for the most, and hopefully something about the dividends. Of course, I'm looking for the revenue growth, which I believe revenue is going to be great on our report, because we got Nanotech, and Nanotech's earnings should be on that report. And we know they have been getting more customers, and George has said in recent interviews, numerous interviews, that look on the balance sheet. We're going to start seeing those revenues grow, because we have a lot of NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements, that we cannot talk about who it is unless they announce that they're working with us. So here we go. Ironic enough, MMTLP was down 3.87%. Usually it's kind of weird, because as of late, it's always MMAT is down, but MMTLP is up. But today it's reverse. And our volume today for MMTLP was 683,000, and average volume was 847,000. So we were a little light on the volume, but like I said, this here really doesn't matter, because this shouldn't even been out here in the first place, but I'm glad it is, because it's giving people opportunity for this awesome special preferred share dividend. So the last thing I want to go over, guys, is going to be the Fintel information. And we're going to get in here, let this load up. And one thing I wanted to point out right off the bat is the ownership accumulation score. This has recently jumped back up to a 90.76, guys. So that is saying that the institutional level is buying heavy. We are ranked 843 out of 24,500 stocks. So this was down in like the 30 or 40s, but they must have got something where more institutional people are buying, because we're up to a 90.76. So let's go to the short interest information, see what's going on over here. Short squeeze score is at 85.09, ranked 249 out of 5,400 stocks. 300,000 shares are available to short at a leading prime brokerage. And we look here at the short borrow fee is a 1.37. That is the same for the start, minimum, and max. And that even says tomorrow, so that's kind of weird that it's already up there, but I don't know. So we got the Fender short volume ratio a little light today, which is good, 46.07, which that is still high, but you know, they're usually in the high 50s or 60s mostly. And we already got the totals up for the aggregate short volume ratio at a 56.26 for the overall. I did want to go point out, let's go take a look at the overall. All right, so our shares outstanding is still 281 million, which is great. There hasn't been no additional shares created, so there hasn't been no dilution, which we like that. Institutional shares is at 63.7 million, makes up about 22.67%. And if we go look at the recent buyers, we have a couple new ones here for the 24th. BlackRock, now this is a total market fund, so it's not like, you know, it's an actual, looks like index fund, market fund. They acquired 7,623 shares. So that is a bullish indicator, and they paid an average of $4.14. And this was probably back about 30, 45 days ago when they did this purchase. And this T. Rowe Price Small Cap Index Fund increased their position to 6,400 shares. So these are bullish positions. These are not going to be short positions at all because it's, you know, not that high. But we'd like to see people building out their portfolio. Also, if you wanted to hear more of me talking about earnings, check out the video I did yesterday talking about metamaterials and SoFi. Also, another stock I'm really, two stocks that I'm keeping eyes on is GGPI for Polestar. It's currently a SPAC, going to merge over to Polestar. It's kind of like Lucid and Tesla, but Polestar is actually producing cars. They're in part with Volvo. So great opportunity there. It's close into the $10 range, maybe close to 11. And you know, it has a $10 NAV price, which is great. And we also got the other IPOF, which I just did a video on that right here, as you can see it. This had the potential rumors of about a couple days ago about merging with SpaceX and Elon Musk. There's also been some stuff thrown out there about IPOF, which that is a SPAC. It's trading like $10.16. So you have very little risk. The lowest I see that go, because it has that $10 NAV price for a SPAC, was like $9.90. So very little risk in that, like 26 cents per share risk at worst. So it's a great place. Actually, these SPACs that have not merged yet is a great place to park some money, because if they move, you know, you can sell and take the profit. And if the markets get horrible, it really can't go no lower than $10 or the couple cents below that, and they had to get it back up to that price. So just my thoughts. Like I said, Tuesday, March 1st is going to be huge, because in the video yesterday you saw I did, metamaterials and SoFi is going to be reporting earnings, and that's going to make or break the portfolio for the short term. Long term, I know I'll be okay, but short term, man, we need some positive mojo. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.